What is going on, guys? We are back with another video today, and we are doing another speed rebuild on Madden 22, and today it is of the New England Patriots, a team that we actually don't really talk about a whole lot. And of course, their team is actually pretty decent, but they did also blow a lot of their cap in last year's free agency, so this is kind of what you get. It is an 83 overall team, and there are obviously trade pieces we can make. One of them probably being Trent Brown, just because he is a tackle and a very high overall. We'll see. But this team absolutely needs some receiving options, without a doubt. Mac Jones actually played pretty damn well, all things considered. They did coach really smartly, though, with him. And, Damian Harris, they ran the ball a lot at times. Judon was a pretty good signing, even though it was very high in money at the time. Devin McCourty's only a superstar, but he's obviously going to stick around. Jackson's probably going to stick around too. We may not even touch the DBs at all. Really just looking to replace the wide receivers. Maybe upgrade Mac Jones if we have a chance. Once again, no problems with him really in real life, but in game, he is only a 77 overall. Would be nice to have maybe a bigger name there if we could. But yeah, a lot of these guys are kind of on the aging, older side. Not going to really have a whole lot of trade value. And obviously that's kind of the whole point of this little series we do, which is, just all trades, doing what we can to improve the team for a 1 year kind of all-in, do it all, try to win the Super Bowl run. So if you are new to the series, of course, the goal, like we said, is to make any trade possible, realistic or not, to make the team better for a 1 year attempt at a Super Bowl, which normally we get 10 minutes on the clock for 80 and under overall teams. But this team is in 83, so we lose a minute for every overall up they go, which means we get 7 minutes on the clock. However, this game is still kind of glitchy, believe it or not. Who would have thought? And when you complete a trade, you have to back out pretty much every single time. So 9 minutes is the clock we're going to have this time, where normally we would have 12 minutes. We add those extra minutes just for the backing out and whatnot. So first things first is absolutely a wide receiver, because a lot of the other positions, like we said, we can get away with. Like Mac Jones at quarterback, we can get away with. Damian Harris at running back, we can get away with. The tight ends, the O-line, all of that we can, we don't have to actually upgrade that. So we're going to go for the position we 100% have to upgrade, which once again is the wide receiver position. And we're going to get started right now in 3, 2, 1, and I didn't have my hand on the button. Go! So, first things first, because we're going for a wide receiver, we're going to get rid of some of the lesser wide receivers. Do we maybe go for Debo? Oh, here we go. I'm going to say maybe go for Debo, replace that N'Keal Harry guy that they could have had Debo instead of for. It is. I'm sorry, Patriots fan. You probably already know that, but first round pick, not going to happen. Maybe N'Keal Harry is not very valuable. I would probably be willing to get rid of both tackles. I know Onwenu's technically, he's just there at tackle now, but 2 first-round picks probably seems like a little bit too much for Diggs, especially since you're giving up Brown as well. I don't think they're even going to take 2 first-round picks, which is crazy. I know it's a wide receiver that's really good, but really, left out, I don't think we have any of this kind of stuff. Like, Judon's just not valuable enough to get rid of, right? If you know what I mean. It's kind of weird the way I put it, but that's unfortunate. They don't have any wide receivers. The Chiefs, Tyreek Hill, they could use some speed here. New England is definitely one of the slower teams in the league, without a doubt. Trent Brown, I love how it says like no interest at all, but they clearly do. It's actually pretty far along there, but we'll see. Maybe they don't. Damn it, dude. A whole minute through, we don't even have a single wide receiver trade, or just trade in general, I suppose. Is there any wide receiver teams? Terry McLaurin we never go for. He's a little bit on the lower side. He's like, 90. That's too much for... I think he's only superstar. I was about to say, dude, we almost just sold hard. I still think that's a good trade for us, but yeah, that could still be too high, right? Like right tackle alone might have been enough. I doubt it, but X Factor really changes the scope of things a lot, right? And obviously he's a superstar. Well, I assume he's a superstar. I don't know why he would have lost it, but maybe. So once again, we still have a full offensive line if we wanted to stick with just those guys, which I'm not saying I am willing to, but maybe. We'll see. Dietrich Wise, so a defensive tackle or a DN would be nice to get. DeMarcus Lawrence is actually, a thought. The Giants, the Rams. What team was that? Seattle. Don't really know what I can get off of Seattle. Tyler Lockett, actually, would be a decent name. Nelson Aguilar for Tyler. I was about to say, I'll take that straight up. Two kind of smaller type receivers. I know as of late, New England's been going for the bigger fellas, but I mean, I'm just going for whoever's good. Tyler Lockett, a guy that we actually usually accidentally trade for. Usually he's like kind of one of the backup guys that we grab. Oh, what is this? Just give him third round this year. Jesus Christ. But usually he's like one of the guys that's like on top of a trade for like Bobby or a trade for Russell Wilson. But this time, you know what, Tyler? We were there solely for you, baby. We love you, okay? We love you. I don't think we need a quarterback, but I'm going to just make some sort of trade if we can. I don't know who's, once again, X Factor is just so valuable. Josh Allen? Not even close. I mean, who would be the guy? Like, Herbert's not that big of an upgrade. Dak Prescott, maybe? I don't even know how Dak plays in Sim, to be honest. Yeah, like I said, maybe Herbert? But outside of, like, Herbert, there's not really a crazy upgrade you're seeing here. Rodgers, maybe? We've done a couple of trades with Rodgers, but yeah, I mean, I think it's really just, I'd be looking for a guy like Herbert or nothing. Watson, I really don't like in Sim, so I'm not going to go that route. Oh, maybe Joe Burrow. He's star dev as well. Really? I mean, he is significantly better in the game, so, I mean, I kind of think, you know, maybe you try to make the play if you can. We'll try two more pieces. We'll try Onwenu. That doesn't work. We'll try a second round, which it probably won't work anyways. And we may just call the trade there. We might just say, hey, well, clearly it's not working out for us, and we're done with this quarterback thing, which we did take a decent bit of time off the board here to get. Herbert's not, I was about to say, Herbert's not crazy better, but he is better. I don't know, dude. I'm still willing to do it, I think. Like, he is a higher overall, right? And he has much higher throw power. A second-round pick, dude. That's harmful to my brainwaves. It is what it is. We upgraded our quarterback by 7 overalls, which is, I mean, not bad. Also, is he a superstar? I hope he is. I don't know if he is or not. He is. Okay, so, I mean, that is pretty significant, actually. We can still get rid of Myers and Mr. N'Keal Harry. For some reason, there's actually some interest in N'Keal. He's still semi-young, I suppose. 2 tight ends set. Don't really need that too much when we're going with the Chiefs, I suppose. DN wouldn't hurt. Trey Hendrickson's a normal dev. I feel like we've had him a few times, but Trey Hendrickson and DJ Reader would be a hell of a trade. I would give up a second-round pick for this, because once again, we're only down to about 4 minutes left. I'd do it. Damn, really? It's got to be DJ Reader causing that, right? Maybe not. Hendrickson, I mean, we kind of use, could use another pass rusher. I mean, I'm willing to do it. They're not. Maybe it was Hendrickson, even though he's normal dev. Chidobe Awuzie wouldn't hurt either. What about Logan Wilson and DJ Reader? I mean, I'm willing to just do Logan Wilson on his own, honestly. Logan Wilson for these guys. Okay, I mean, maybe a little bit of an overtrade, but I mean, we got some players. I mean, well, maybe not players. We got a player. Running back, I wasn't really thinking about, because I think Damian Harris is actually decent in Sim, but we'll take a look in a sec. I'm going to keep those wide receivers. I'm going to add the tight end. It would be nice to add a new left guard. We'll see if we can. I don't know if we're going to be able to, though. The D-line could use an improvement. We have a billion middle linebackers, actually. I didn't even notice or think about that, but that's okay. We need an edge rusher if we can get one. Who is that green? Or not green, red. Grady Jarrett is not bad. AJ Terrell, Calvin Ridley. We don't need Deion Jones. Lindstrom and Grady? That's not terrible. I'm surprised they gave us Grady. Once again, I think we've done one recently where Grady went pretty easily, and I was like, oh, he's not superstar anymore, but he's still really good. I'll take that trade. 2 minutes left. Once again, maybe a little bit of an overtrade, similar to the Terry McLaurin, but once again, I think he is superstar, which is okay. We do need a guard now. Oh, no, we got Lindstrom. I forgot. We literally just made the trade right then and there. We got a DT. The team is really weird, though. Like, I hate this, like, hybrid scheme. We're going to be running a straight-up 3-4, I think, because that's kind of what we're built for, I suppose. Maybe go for an actual edge rusher, though, if we're going to do that. Chargers, no thank you. Like I said, edge rusher. Eagles, maybe with Josh Sweat. What about this guy? What about that Josh Allen guy? For some reason, they really don't like Josh Allen around here. It sure as hell definitely seems that way with that value we got out the first try. It should be gone for a fourth. No, we'll do a third. We still do have a second this year. We definitely need to get rid of fourths and on. I don't really care too much about, but seconds and thirds and firsts, obviously, you got to use those picks. We didn't really look at the secondary. We could probably use a corner, maybe. We actually have multiple safeties as well. Yeah, we're just running out of time here. It took us a little bit long to get one of those wide receivers. We're also taking a little long to get this trade through. That's okay. If we can get a corner out of this, that'd be sweet. Chidobe Awuzie. I don't want to go Darius Slay. We've had him a billion times. You know, we never grabbed, really, Shaquille Griffin. We're gonna become the Jacksonville Patriots. Why not? 54 seconds left. Maybe upgrade a different position. I'm trying to think. Maybe you can go for a running back upgrade real quick. There's probably something I'm forgetting about. We could use another D lineman, actually. Let's get Ramondre Stevenson on there. O-line's fine. Guy. We could use one more D lineman, I suppose. Interior, crocodile, alligator. Clowney's not really like that position, right? Can I do Clowney and Hunt? That would be OP. Oh, it's doable. 16 seconds left, though. All of a sudden, I'm just like super energized. Ah, we screwed. We screwed up. We done. We done for. Oh, this is bad. We just wasted it. Gimme. I'd rather have Cunt, I think. I just called him Cunt, I think. My bad. All right, not a great finish there. I was really focused. You probably hear tell in my voice. I was really focused, but we just ran out of time. Simply put, there's nothing else I can say about it. We just ran out of time. We also did lose Bourne right at the end, which, I mean, it's still a really good receiving group, but Jesus. All right, we started as an 83, so please tell me we at least get to like an 87. 85, we really did not do a whole lot here, to be honest. Wait, McLaurin's an X Factor? Did we actually overtrade? Maybe we didn't overtrade for him, because, I mean, I didn't think he was an X Factor. I thought he was a superstar with the way, you know, we got him. Pick 16's high, but 90 overall, X Factor is 24. I mean, that's still pretty amazing. You can still dev up pretty well. We technically made the O-line worse, if we're going to be honest, but not by a whole lot. We added, Herbert as the quarterback, so 7 overalls there, and a dev up. Hunt is 5 overalls up. Lockett's massive upgrade, same with McLaurin over the previous wide receivers. Linebackers are a lot stronger, at least middle linebacker. You got a nice guy with Logan Wilson. You have Josh Allen, who's pretty solid. We added Shaquille Griffin. Grady Jarrett's an improvement. I mean, the team is better. I kind of agree with 85. I'd say very close to an 86, though, if not, already 86. So, I don't know. I mean, it's a team with a lot of, like, good, average, and slightly above average players, but they're not, like, super elite, and more importantly, they are on the older side, so the trade value isn't crazy, crazy high, but anyways, let's see. We have the Chiefs offensive playbook on. We went with a clear base 3-4, so we don't have any, what is it called? Roster conflicts. It's very hard to have a 3-4-4-3 base, multiple defense when we're trying to speed rebuild. I mean, I can't is this guy going to work for a 3-4-4-3? It's like, no, dude, I just want one of the two, and we kind of already have the 3-4 in line, so made a couple of trades, and we'll see. We'll see if we can do it. Headed to the playoffs. Probably going to be in them, right? I'd hope so. It's kind of the plan. And we went 12-5, which is good enough for a bye week, apparently. I keep forgetting to remove remove Tom Brady. But, yeah, really good season, obviously. 12-5. Would like to see a little bit better, but a little surprised to see that was good enough for a bye week, though. Had to take, a second look there. Let's take a look. I mean, maybe the NFC side was a lot better. Just a bunch of, well, I suppose there's a couple of 12-5 teams. We just got the nod, I guess. I don't know if we just had the tiebreakers. I guess, apparently. But let's take a look at some of the numbers. Danny Amendola, the best in the league, all right, as you will. Herbert with a lot of yards. Touchdowns were a little iffy. Picks were at least pretty down. Kareem Hunt, to be fair, a lot of rushing touchdowns, which kind of, shows you why we didn't have that many passing. But, yeah, pretty good season for Kareem Hunt. Lockett was decent. Henry was really good. McLaurin was decent as well. I mean, really didn't get the elite wide receiver performance we thought we were going to get. It was really just Hunter Henry that kind of, showed up more than I expected. Offensive line play outside of Isaiah Wynn was pretty decent. Defensively, Josh Allen with 11.5 sacks. Grady Jarrett with 6.5. Only 14 tackles for a loss. Judon wasn't really that good. Interceptions. Got a couple of interception, leaders from the new guys that we added with Wilson and Griffin. Kicking, didn't look at kicking, but yeah, I mean, I uploaded a video a little bit earlier that kind of debunked that kickers don't matter anyways, so I'm not going to focus on that ever, I guess. But here we are in the divisional round, going up against the... Wow. I mean, I'll take the fact that they're 10-7, so we were able to get the bye week, because usually it's the Browns or the Chiefs that are top dog, and you never get that freaking bye week from them, but... Yeah, 10-7's not an easy beat. 88 overall. We'll see, I suppose. Kind of wish I did take Tyreek now, because it's like taking from them and adding to us. But here we go. Dallas beats Green Bay. Some pretty top-tier teams here, all in the playoffs. Huge rushing touchdown for the Chiefs. I mean, you can't give up rushing touchdowns to the Chiefs and expect to win. Like, that's just the problem, A short one, sure, but not like... 75-yarders like that, as the Chiefs' defense is quite literally shutting out the Patriots here. I know the Patriots had a pretty interesting... 0 points. 7. Holy crap, the Chiefs' defense isn't that good. Justin Herbert. Well, this was another failed one. Man, we are really struggling on speed rebuilds lately. Once again, it is kind of like a worst of both worlds, if you will, where... Once again, you have some okay overalls that are kind of on the older side, so you can't trade them, but they're not perfect, right? Like, Judon was like an 87 or an 89 overall, but his highest pass rush move was only an 86, which is, pretty bad, right? 86, 87, one of the two, which is pretty bad. Same with Allen. He was like 86 finesse or power or whatever. I suppose Justin Herbert was a good addition. Terry McLaurin and... Lockett were good additions, but they aren't very, they didn't really play that well, right? So, I mean, it's just kind of like, iffy. Like, we couldn't really do anything for it, but it would have been nice to add, some super elite interior defensive linemen as, once again, Grady Jarrett's good, but he's not great. A bunch of guys that are, mid-tier. Instead of going all out for a couple of pretty good players, we got a bunch of mid-tier guys, right? I mean, it's still a really good team, and I'm surprised we didn't... at least make the championship, maybe the Super Bowl, but it's the Chiefs. They freaking seem to win year one all the time. They're probably going to do it again this year. Let's see it. Who's in the Super Bowl? Chiefs? Shocker. Oh, shocker, Chiefs. Oh, wow, believe it or not. Now, who wins? I don't know. But as far as, 37-31, as far as who's in it, it's always the Chiefs from the AFC side early on. It's just unfortunate. Do we have any dev ups just for the fun of it? Lockett didn't go up, which is surprising. Henry would have gone up if you could actually dev up tight ends from star to superstar. Defensively, Hightower, Allen all went up. No one else, though. Duggar, I just didn't even pay attention to him or Devin McCourty. I didn't pay attention to trade them because I felt, they're both good enough. Obviously, McCourty's not really tradable at all. Very low value and on the old side, which, kind of ties into that value. But, yeah, I mean, a little disappointed in the way this one went. I mean, it just seemed lackluster, didn't it? Because, the trades were also pretty lackluster, and, more importantly, we didn't have that much time, so it just kind of seemed like we were just, it was, in and out. The playoff run was in and out. We really didn't have much of an impact at all. We got destroyed. At least if you win a game and then lose, by, a small amount in the championship, okay, fair enough, but we just got smoked by the Chiefs in the divisional. It was like we didn't even exist. But... regardless, that is our rebuild, or our speed rebuild of the New England Patriots. Obviously, if you want to see something a little more successful, I imagine the one we uploaded earlier in the year, I guess supposedly late in last year, we had a Patriots rebuild. I think Mac Jones became an X Factor. Maybe check that out. And, yeah, that's pretty much it. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, maybe leave a like, subscribe if you're new. Follow me on Twitter, Jeromepkr, second channel, PKR Plays, and then twitch.tv/Jeromepkr for streams. Once again, I'm recording this a little, not really early, but I would assume a stream happened yesterday, which if it did, maybe there'll be one tomorrow. I mean, that really helps no one. So community tab is where the non-uploads will be. That's also really helpful. Jesus Christ, just do the, just leave, But anyways, thanks for watching. Hope you guys come back for next video, but until next video, See ya!